Zhao Wangbo, Chinese, Bert Wang, German, founder and CEO of Infinirail, that stands for infinite reliability. We're seeing three mega trends. I don't have to mention climate. AI is the problem and the solution. And what connects both is electrification. And what that does mean actually translates to power electronics inside everything, controlling our life. Infinirail protects the heart of those power systems, literally speaking. Let me start with a very simple analogy. If you're concerned with your heart, what would you rather have your doctor use? A stethoscope or an EKG? I think the answer is pretty apparent. That's why Infinirail moves the utility and energy industry from a 20th century stethoscope approach to an EKG approach. Now, why would that be? Let me introduce you to the amazing opportunity and problems that data center growth is causing. $7 trillion have been forecasted by McKinsey to be spent in the next 5 years. By the way, this exceeds the US national defense budget. Now, data centers have simple two choices. You can build the power plant or you can buy the power plant. If you build it, actually solar and batteries are faster than coal and gas, and forget nuclear or fusion. That's still 10 years ahead. When you buy, and this has been demonstrated by a purchase of a nuclear mothball power plant, turn around, lipstick on the pig, sold to AWS, outright, get rid of the utility. It's a year process. We can participate in the technical due diligence for that heart of the plant. That's the foreshadowing. Now, if there's renewables embedded in the power plant, that relies on electronics. This is a picture I personally took. That's called an inverter. If it blows up, your heart stops, you don't make any money. And not only that, you have an issue with repair, and half of the units are no longer available, causes a myriad of problems. Transformers take 2 years to get on site, forget new ones, it's 5. Now we're building solid state transformers, means again, power electronics. The problem is exacerbated. We need a solution. Why is it happening? Data. There is no data. There's no actionable data, there's missing data, there's wrong data. So what we do about it, we make our own data, hence the EKG. Literally, we're going out, we're revenue generating on site with solar and battery plants, measuring the heartbeat, detecting failures, predicting failures with high resolution measurements. That's literally the heartbeat of the unit. And AI is actually then using those patterns to predict failures and corrective actions. But where I'm really going to go with this, testing is one thing. We want to control. The best solution to scale anything in hardware is a semiconductor, which is my background. Shrinking it to chip is the end game to be inside everything. Like Intel inside, it's Infinirail on board. We started with solar and wind, actually not really wind, it's really batteries, but we're shifting gears to focus squarely on data center needs with battery storage and of course the part that's renewable energy side. Our business model starts always with a project. That's where we have revenues today. And then as the technical due diligence moves to an asset acquisition, because the heart is good, we move into annual recurring revenues based on the size of the plants, typically 6 to 7 figures. Our customers are developers who actually are scared of liquidated damages if the thing doesn't work. Operators who lose money when it doesn't work and have to repair it. And of course, owners who lose money as they don't get the returns and so forth. All the stacks benefit. We are today, we're moving our EKG in the automation process. We're raising 1.9 million for that. So we can go scan, build a database, and then ultimately build a chip. Now, 290,000 is initial revenue, which is good to get customer recognition, but we're in 1.9 million seed to scale it up to the next stop. I'm super excited to mention actually the Department of Defense accelerate a possibility with a grant that's been appropriated and funded. Imminent. This will accelerate everything. Literally, we have partners that build the inverter and the transformer and run the EKG as a control system. 5-year grant, $25 million at stake, right here, happening. I built 14 power management product lines, things that have never been done before. The first lithium-ion safety chip in 1997. You can see this. I'm around for a while. Andrea Schneider, our CMO, was not only the chief executive officer of Alcatel-Lucent in Italy, digitizing analog to digital in the 90s. Marco Schneider, VP of Software, built and scaled a data center that acquired by investment for $30 million, but super excited about our first independent director, Jim Gagnon, 5-time CEO, raised $90 million. Last year was predicting wind turbine failures, sold the company to General Electric for $140 million. I like to close with a perspective of the future. Data centers will not reside on Earth. Fresh off the press, Sam Altman, most of you know who that is, said, I'm starting a company, data center on orbit. Well, they need to be reliable. We will be the operating system for that. Thank you very much.